Today is about celebrating partnerships between Carleton University and many organizations in the Ottawa area and beyond for teaching, for research, and for building stronger communities. Partnership is about working together, listening to each other, sharing power, and learning together. And it's not something that we as academics, as I went through that little list, are classically trained to do as students. Particularly listening to outside organizations saying, hey, this is a priority for us, and then shifting our research goals and directions to accommodate that. But I'm excited that academia is increasingly thinking this way. And today's event and the energy that went into organizing it at Carleton is one sign of that. We still have a lot of ways to go here at Carleton, but it's a first step. I should also acknowledge at this point that we're on unceded Algonquin territory, and this is something as well that at Carleton we're increasingly aware of, that Carleton is on Algonquin land, that Ottawa is on Algonquin land, and we're trying to figure out the steps to reconciliation and to working with Indigenous communities in this region to acknowledge that better. A good friend of mine passed away just this past weekend, Kathleen Neen. Some of you may know her from the Raging Grannies and chair of the Ottawa Food Policy Council and Food Secure. Just Food Ottawa, she was chair of the board, and she worked with me, I was going to say works, but it's now past tense, in a big project called Suffice, Community First, Impacts of Community Engagement, and we have some newsletters up here that let you know a little bit about what we're doing in this research project. Kathleen, I was going back through some of my notes from things that she used to talk about because she had a really strong vision for the work we were doing together in Suffice. And she said the first step towards real partnership work, and it was a kind of a play on the name of our project, Community First, is she said, first you have to build community among the partners. Come together and look each other in the eye and figure out where the other folks around the table are coming from and use that as your starting point. And you should have some laughs and have some food, she would probably add. So I think, I'm going to take that as words of inspiration for today, that I think that's what we're doing here. And hopefully the format that we've set up today will work to start building community among all of us. And through that, hopefully some interesting new partnerships and relationships are going to come out and flourish over the coming years. What we're going to do today, just very briefly, we're going to start with a presentation. Lisa will introduce. Then we have a series of 9 quite short but quite exciting presentations from student researchers who are doing really neat partnership work. So I'll pass it over to Lisa to introduce our keynote panel.